This is the Blitzwolf BW-GH2, a gaming headset with Virtual 7.1 surround sound that they claim has superior bass vibration that allows you to hear your enemy's footsteps clearly. It costs just a bit shy of $40 over on Banggood, and disclaimer, of course, Banggood sent over one of these headphones for me to review, but as usual, this review is going to be 100% of my own unadulterated opinion, and this is going to be interesting because some of you might not know, but I'm a bit of a self-proclaimed audiophile. I love good audio. I've got an external DAC amp from my PC, and I own quite a bit of headphones from like, Audio-Technica, AKG, Bose, and Denon. With that said, of course, I don't expect a $40 pair of gaming headsets to keep up with my audiophile quality, but it is definitely going to be interesting to see how well they compare. So with that out of the way, let's get into reviewing the Blitzwolf GH2. Alright, so the headset comes in a rather unassuming box, extremely plain, and inside you'll find only two things: the headset of course, and the manual. The GH2 has a very gamery looking aesthetic with a very angular design, has an RGB strip on the ear cups that curves downwards in like an L shape, weighs 416 grams and is made of fully plastic construction, and I'm perfectly fine with plastic, but it doesn't feel particularly solid or good in this case, and combined with the look of the headset, which I'm not really a fan of, I don't know guys, it just looks and feels a little bit cheap to me. I would have preferred a bit more of a subdued, cooler look. There's a detachable microphone via a 3.5mm jack and an inline controller where you can adjust the headset volume, turn on and off the RGB lighting, and mute the microphone or the headset altogether. The cable is about 2.2 meters in length, which is nice, and the GH2 does not use a regular 3.5mm jack for headphone and microphone outputs and inputs, but rather a singular USB Type-A connector, which means that it doesn't use the internal sound card of your computer, laptop, or console. Yes, you can connect this to a console without issue, but rather the DAC that is also inline in the controller, and that's what helps it achieve that Virtual 7.1. For those interested, it uses a C-Media CM108B chip, and for devices without a Type-A port like phones and some newer laptops these days, you'll have to use a Type-A to Type-C OTG connector, and using this, I managed to connect this headset to my phone. The GH2s are closed back and circumaural, which means that they're over ears and should have very minimal noise leakage. Each cup has a 53mm driver, and the earpads are made of protein PU leather, and while they're technically interchangeable because of their more unorthodox shape and the way they attach, I'll have to say good luck with finding replacements for these. The drivers themselves aren't angled in-ear, which is a shame because not only are the drivers not directly firing into your ear canal, but at least for my ears, the outside edges of my ears touch the insides of the ear cups, and so wearing the headphone for a long period of time may get a bit uncomfortable. The one thing I don't like is that there's no markings on the headset as to which is the left or right ear cup, and so I had to wear it and figure it out for myself. The side with the cable is the left, by the way. The headband cushion is sufficiently soft enough, it's spongy with a rubbery-like finish. I never found it uncomfortable even on my hairless head, but the one thing that I wasn't particularly pleased with was the adjustment of the headband to suit smaller or larger heads. I don't think I have the largest head, but even then I had to use the maximum level. There was also this really annoying creak on the left ear cup that you can hear really loudly just by soft pressing on the ear cup. The other thing that I wasn't too pleased with was the profile of the headphones, with them being super huge and sticking out from the sides of my head. Honestly, I find that it looks a bit comical. The microphone boom is adjustable, so if you want to move it away, you can. As for the microphone sound quality, you can definitely hear that there's some compression going on. My audio sounds a bit nasally, and if, let's say, I'm typing on the keyboard like so,
I mean, it doesn't sound that bad, but you can still hear it. So yeah, the microphone doesn't really cancel out any of the noises. So yeah.
We finally move on to what you've all been waiting for, the sound quality, and I'm going to start off by saying that there are 3 sections to this. The first is my experience the moment that I got the headset and tried it out. It was honestly not very good. The headset was extremely bass heavy and muddy and muted. It lacked trebles and high notes. Sound positioning was pretty bad, and there was no software to be found on Blitzwolf website, even though they advertised this headset as 7.1 surround sound, and without that it's just a stereo headset. So needless to say, I was pretty disappointed. The GH2 reminded me of something in the audiophile community though, and that was a pair of headphones in need of burn-in, so I ran these cans for about 36 hours playing sounds and frequencies at full volume that should be able to soften up the membrane of the drivers. Now, for those of you who do not know, burn-in is actually something that occurs naturally the longer that you use a pair of headphones or earphones. As you're listening to music or just, using it, the membrane of the drivers gets softer and more flexible like this, and your music and content will start to sound better as the drivers start to shine a little. Of course, while it does occur naturally, it is a very long process, so in order for me to speed it up, and most people as well, what we usually do is play sweeping frequencies and sounds at high volume to let it try and reach that state earlier. Some say that this is a myth and that it doesn't really exist, but I disagree, especially when it comes to cheaper sets of headphones, and you know what? The Blitzwolf GH2 is a testament to that. After that 36-hour burn-in, the drivers, while still obviously a bit bass heavy, started to sound a lot better. Trebles and high notes were now a lot more pronounced, and it did help to fix some of that muddy sound, and also sound positioning was a lot better. Blitzwolf didn't include any software with the headphones, but I was determined to figure out how I could make these headphones sound and perform better, and so I turned to Equalizer APO and HESUV, which is a free equalizer and surround sound virtualizer. I found that the Sonic Minus setting worked best for this headset because after enabling it, the trebles were a lot better, sound positioning was great, and I had fun playing an Insurgency Sandstorm that has some pretty good positional audio. Here's the thing though, I shouldn't have needed a third-party app to get what Blitzwolf was advertising in the first place and make this headset actually sound decent. The way I see it currently, by advertising this headset as Virtual 7.1 but not providing the software, it is misleading, it is disingenuous, and at worst, it is false advertising. Other headphones out there that use this same C-Media CM108B chip, like the Edifier G4 Pro and the G2 both come with the X-Ear Virtual 7.1 surround sound software that is made by C-Media for these chips. My question is, why hasn't Blitzwolf provided this software to its consumers? I mean, I talked to Banggood about this and they weren't aware about the lack of additional software either. So yeah. Look, do I hate these pair of headphones? No, you know what? Absolutely not. Sure, they may not look or feel the best and they may take a bit of work to sound good, but once you get it working, it really is pretty decent. Blitzwolf just really needs to get that software out there. That's the thing though. As it is, I cannot recommend this headset because it's just incomplete, and not only that, at least subjectively, I believe that at this price point, there are a number of headsets out there that look and feel better and provide a similar or maybe even better listening experience. As for me though, the looks don't really do it for me, and so I'd probably not be really enticed to pick this up. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me from this video. If you'd like to get one for yourself, then you can check out the link in the description down below. If you like my insight and honesty in this video, then make sure to give it a like, subscribe, drop any comments down below, and stay notified with the bell icon. My name is Yang, the Tech Rodent, and I will catch you guys in the next review.